Hello everybody, welcome to Little Rusty Bucket. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, hype the video as well. Trying to hit 40k subs over here, so that subscription would be much appreciated. If you would like to participate in these Discord hot takes video, you can do that by clicking the link down below to join our Patreon for $3 a month. You get access to this Discord as well as some early content. But with that said, let's get right into these takes. And I must apologize to my father because I accidentally skipped over his take last time. So, from Dad Steve Buckets, the Bulls' comeback against the Sixers was very fun to watch, but it was only possible because the Sixers went to the hero ball approach in the fourth quarter, and most specifically by bringing Embiid back into the game. Combined, the Sixers went 4 for 22 in the fourth, with Maxey at 2 for 8 and Embiid for 0 for 5. Oh man, this man looked in the box score. Maxey was hot up until that point, and not without some hero highlights, but still within a more structured offense. I can kind of get giving him the opportunity in the fourth. Still not the best approach, but I can understand it. Embiid was solid in the first half, but has shown signs in the third, going 1 for 5, that his energy was spent. The Bulls still had to play really well to pull off the comeback, but the Sixers' coaching decisions in the fourth gave them the opportunity. I mean, yeah, I don't know how hot of a take that is. The fourth quarter Sixers offense was absolutely abysmal in that game. They were not really generating decent shots. There was not a lot of off-ball movement. As you say, father, there was a lot of hero ball, especially from Tyrese Maxey. Joel Embiid has had this issue with stamina this year. He just really cannot maintain a consistent pace of play, especially after a certain minute threshold. He has been getting better as time goes on, but yeah, hard to disagree with this take. The Bulls definitely played well in that game, but I think this was more of the Sixers losing it than the Bulls winning it type of situation. This is the perfect NBA blunt rotation. We got Blake Griffin, which I can agree with. Charles Barkley. I don't know I think Charles Barkley would probably be more fun sober. Ernie, nah, I don't think Ernie would be that great. Jeff Teague, absolutely. J.R. Smith, absolutely. I don't know that I want LeBron or Mike in the blunt rotation, especially together. They might just start fighting. That might get ugly. I would say Chuck, Blake, JR, and Jeff Teague. Frankly, I don't think I really want to. Obviously, Blake and Chuck are former NBA stars, but I feel like role players are probably better for this than.
Yeah, boo.
Yeah, Rudy just said horrible list, boo, and did a big thumbs down. Yeah, no Kevin Durant is criminal. I'm fine with no Chris Anderson, but yeah, you gotta have Kevin Durant on this. I say that as Kevin Durant's biggest hater. There are very few players who I would rather smoke with in the NBA than Kevin Durant. I'd also throw Jimmy Butler on this list. He seems like a fun hang. But yeah, Knicks, MJ and LeBron for Jimmy Butler and Kevin Durant, and this list ain't terrible. Ernie, I don't think Ernie, I'm good on Ernie as well. From Motor City Machine Suns, LeBron coming back will be bad for the Lakers and mess with the overall flow of the team. This is a team that needs to prepare for playing without him, given he is retiring relatively soon. Not only are they currently doing this, but they are doing it well. Call it just vibes, but I honestly see him disrupting the chemistry and momentum the team is going to build up throughout this season. I mean, he will definitely disrupt it for a moment. It's not like it's going to be a seamless return, but I think people are over exaggerating the level of, I don't know, just really dominating the show that LeBron does at this stage in his career. That's not really at all an accurate reflection of LeBron's play style ever since Luka went there. He started playing more off ball. He became more of a shooter, more of a cutter, more of a screener, less on ball stuff. He was also basically begging for the Lakers to get him a damn point guard. That was his big thing at the tail end of the Cleveland run. He was like, we need a fucking point guard. He said that with the Lakers as well. He has wanted to play a more off-ball role. I don't know where this idea that LeBron is just going to really interrupt things. I don't think LeBron will average more than 24 points tops, and I would wager it's probably more like 22 this year. I don't think that he needs to necessarily be in the way just because the team has been doing good otherwise. I mean, he'll start over probably Marcus Smart because Rui's been dominating, but maybe you want Rui off of the bench. one way or the other. I don't think adding a guy who can score 20, play decent defense, and is one of the greatest passers ever is a negative. Don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed the team without him, but I don't think that necessarily means that LeBron's just going to ruin the whole thing. The way NBA discourse is going, eventually practically all big men from the 2000s and especially prior will be argued as overrated because they were in eras where the long-range shooting wasn't nearly as much of a focal point for players to focus on as today. What, like defensively? I feel like you can apply that metric to defenders from older eras, period. But like, are giving big men shit because they can't shoot? Most big men in the NBA still can't shoot. Most centers in the NBA are not shooters. Like, what? What are you talking about? And I don't think we're ever going to get to that point either. I'm gonna just run through all the teams in the league real quick. Jalen Duren, non-shooter. Mitchell Robinson, non-shooter. Bam can shoot. Jared Allen, non-shooter. Miles Turner can shoot. Vucevic can shoot. Embiid can shoot. I guess it's Porzingis for the Hawks, so he can shoot. Jakob Poeltl can't shoot. Keita can't shoot for the Celtics. Wendell Carter kind of can, but not really. Cockbrenner can't shoot. Nick Claxton can't shoot. Jay Huff can, but honestly, who the fuck is even the center on the Pacers right now? Alex Sarr does shoot the ball, but I don't know that he's that good at it. Hartenstein can't shoot. Luke Cornett can't shoot, but obviously fucking Victor Wembanyama can. Jokic can shoot. DeAndre Ayton can shoot mid-range shots, but not threes. Şengün can shoot threes, but it's actually Steven Adams is the starting center, so not even him. Rudy Gobert can't shoot. Al Horford can. Mark Williams can't shoot. Donovan Clingan is trying, but he can't shoot. Zach Edey can't shoot. Sabonis can't shoot from three. Walker Kessler just barely kind of shot this year before he got hurt. Zubats can't shoot. Like, AD is not really a good three-point shooter. Misi is not really a great three-point shooter. Like, the standard is not currently that bigs need to be three-point shooters. And I think, sure, maybe there's some dumbass kid out there who'd be like, dude, Shaq's not even that good. He can't shoot threes. But I would assume that take would get laughed out of the room by anyone with any level of common sense. David Thompson is the most forgotten player in NBA history and probably one of the biggest what-ifs as well. This is from Alchemic Toast talking about Skywalker. He had a short but excellent prime that was unfortunately cut short by injury and the crack epidemic. It's sad that while yes, he is a Hall of Famer, the only thing many fans know him for is being a draft comp to Jordan, which is in itself proves that we lost out on something great in my opinion, and it sucks that his career is the epitome of everything that could go wrong for a young star. Doesn't he have a 70-point game? Or something adjacent to that. Yes, he scored 73 in 1978 against the Detroit Pistons. From his rookie season, well, his rookie year was in the ABA, but we'll just strictly limit it to the NBA. So before all the injuries and drug addiction. This will load. I guess it doesn't want to fucking load. Come on, man. We have good Wi-Fi. Yeah, this shit refuses to fucking load, so I guess we'll never know. Guess we'll never know what oh, there it goes. It popped up, finally. 26 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 51% from the field. Dude was just, his nickname was Skywalker. What a fucking sick-ass name. When did he get that nickname pre or post Star Wars? That's what I need to know now. Now I need to find this out. Okay. They said it was his rookie season in Denver that he got that nickname, which is 1975, and I'm like 80% sure the first Star Wars was 1977. It might be, it's either that or 90 or 73. Yes, it released in 1977. Okay, so they called this man Skywalker before Luke. That's pretty baller. No NBA player has ever been as or more swaggy than a prime Walt Clyde Frazier. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. He had that shit on. From Reeves, strongest soldier, the Lakers will win the title through the power of the Reeves, Luka, Rui polycule because they act so gay around each other. I have been seeing the memes about this and I'm all for it. By all means, gay it up. From Bea, Bucks fan with hope. So this is going to be 2 hot takes kind of baked into one. I think the Bucks can definitely reach the finals this season, especially if Giannis continues to play the best ball of his life. But I also think that a finals run is their ceiling, no championship. The reason I think so is because I don't think there has ever been a case of a carry job that actually ends in a championship. At best, we got 2018 LeBron Cavs or 2001 Iverson Sixers, but that's about it. The carry job always falls short. Bea, how are you in my Discord and you have not heard me preach the gospel of 2003 Tim Duncan? I will run through it really quick because I do this shit all the time. Any chance I can get, but there absolutely has been a carry job championship in 2003. Yeah, in the playoffs in 2003, Tim Duncan averaged 25 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, 3.3 blocks. His next best teammate, Tony Parker, averaged 15 points on 40% shooting. Then from Steven Jackson, 13 points on 41% shooting. Bruce Bowen's a good role player, and he hit his threes, so I can't be mad at him. Manu was okay for his rookie season, but he still shot sub 40%. David Robinson was 37 years old, averaging 8 points and 6 rebounds. Malik Rose, 42% from the field. Speedy Claxton, 44%, which I guess is fine, but 42% out of a power forward from the field is gross. Like, these are, the number contrast here is insane. And that's neglecting to mention the finals themselves, where Tim Duncan, 24, 17, 5.3 assists, 5.3 blocks. Meanwhile, Tony Parker averaged 14 on sub 40% shooting. David Robinson was a little better in the finals, so you had that. Steven Jackson, 38% shooting. Manu, 35% shooting. Malik Rose, 44, Claxton, 56. So, hey, Speedy Claxton picked up his shit, but Bruce Bowen couldn't hit dick. Yeah, fucking as carry job of a carry job as there ever was. I would argue this is carrying more than LeBron carried the 2018 Cavs. Yes, 2003 Tim Duncan, it has worked. That said, I do agree with your assessment. I don't think that Giannis will get them all the way to a championship, but I also fully believe they could go to the finals because Giannis is just that good. He's by far and away the best player in the East, and the East is just weak enough that I could see them beating the Knicks. I could see them beating the Cavs. Like, I would predict them to lose that series, but I would not be shocked if they did. 2024 pre-injury Embiid was the best we've ever seen from any basketball player ever. I mean, don't get me wrong. He was fucking ridiculous. Like, everything about what that man did at his absolute best was ridiculous. However, I am personally never going to say that the best basketball player we ever saw is based on a couple of regular season games. Like, your legacy is defined in the playoffs, and if you didn't do it in the playoffs, I'm just not going to value it as highly. Like, there's players who have looked similarly dominant on the biggest stage in the highest pressure environments, and that is just that is a better peak, period. Like, all respect to, like, if we're just going purely just basketball player, holy shit, look at what he can do. Yeah, that's up there with some of the best peaks ever, but I'm not ranking a one regular season peak over many other players' peaks. From Depressed Nets fan, putting Evan Mobley over Cade Cunningham in a 2021 redraft is delusional. Look me dead in the face and tell me that the Pistons would rather have Mobley than Cade right now. I mean, yeah, the Pistons definitely wouldn't. It's a matter of, like, truly, I think Cade and Mobley is a pretty interesting, like, debate of who's the better player, because there's two dramatically different players who do dramatically different things. Who would be best for either team? Like, it worked out that way. It worked out the way that it should have, where Cade was better for the Pistons. Mobley was better for the Cavs. Like, that's just the way that it was supposed to go. Yeah, I did see that redraft that was circling around. Like, yeah, 100% they're still going Cade, given the circumstances of the Pistons at that time. If the Pistons had up-and-coming star-level guard on the roster already, then sure, draft Evan Mobley, but they didn't. And first things first, when it comes to building a franchise, your number one priority should be getting an offensive generator on the caliber of a Cade Cunningham. And after that, you want, like, I believe Evan Mobley has a very high offensive ceiling, but under no circumstances do I think he will ever be good enough to be the first scoring option on a championship level team. He could be the best player, but I think it'll be because of his defense, not because his offense is good enough. Like, he should probably be in the secondary role offensively for his entire career at the absolute most. But Cade can be that leading guy on offense. And when it comes to who you need to prioritize when you're starting from a blank place like the Pistons more or less were, yeah, you go with the guard who can average 25 and 10. From Wemby enthusiasts, the Sixers should cut Paul George. He doesn't help them in the short term because he isn't playing, doesn't help them in the long term because he's old, washed, rinsed, and dried all into one. Unfortunately, the future Hall of Famer just isn't worth the contract he has, and the moment he is healthy, he is just taking a roster spot on someone who does want to make it / go far into the league. Well, I don't think he doesn't want it. I don't think wanting it is the issue here. That's a lot of fucking money. How long was Damian Lillard's contract when they dragged it out? Wasn't it just a year or two? Paul George has 4 years left on his deal. You're going to waive and stretch $200 million? No, that's not going to happen. The objectively correct ranking is Coke, Pepsi, Pepsi Zero, Coke Zero. The objectively correct ranking is fucking none of these and then just these two, because Diet Coke tastes like shit. Diet or Coke Zero or Pepsi Zero, Diet Pepsi, all of them. I just don't think cola translates to diet well. It just tastes like something completely different. There are other diet sodas that are good. I like Diet Sunkist. Diet Sprite is cool. Diet Mountain Dew when I feel like being a fucking hillbilly is pretty decent. But for cola specifically, Diet Cola sucks ass. It's terrible. From Princess Nasty, given how horrendous everything is about the options to legally viewing NFL and NBA games, it's actually more ethical to illegally stream them than to pay for them, because if we keep paying for them, nothing will change. I would just say it's more ethical because... Walker is criminally underrated because he remains loyal to a hopeless Hornets team. Because he remained loyal to a hopeless Hornets team. When he finally decided to join a winner, his knee was done for. I just feel like not enough people talk about Kemba Walker. I love Kemba Walker. I appreciate that. Kemba Walker, the two NBA players who I have watched live the most is Kemba Walker and LaMelo Ball, just because I lived near Charlotte for a very long time and I went to like 20, 30 Hornets games over the years. And yeah, I watched Kemba Walker so many times. I watched him hit I believe it was either a game tying or a game winning step back three on the Bulls when I was a kid. I actually have a good amount of nostalgia for Kemba Walker just because I have seen him live more than anybody else. I definitely think I've seen him more than I watched LaMelo. I've seen LaMelo probably like 8 times and Kemba like 20. It's pretty ridiculous. All of the best buzzer beaters are the one where the broadcast team accidentally adds the points for the other team on the scoreboard. Sure, why not? Julius Randle is putting together a legit all-star campaign and is making like $33 million a year. We'll see how things progress, but right now he has got to be a contender for the best contract in the league and one of the most underrated players in the game. He's definitely played all NBA level this year. It just took him finding his jump shot again. His game was so jump shot reliant that when his jump shot was bad, he fucking sucked. And now his jump shot's back and he's awesome. So that's it. It's really as simple as that. It's basically the most simple reason why a star player has bounced back. He shot really well the year that he won Most Improved Player, and then he shot pretty poorly for 2 years. And then he got traded to Minnesota and he shot really well again. And now he's right back to form. Like, that's really it. Just the jump shot got a lot better. From Brunsonian Cult Leader. This will be the last take of the video. The ideal Knicks lineup is with Cade at the 4 and Mitch at the 5 and Josh Hart coming off of the bench. I called this before they did it in the playoffs and it worked. It's easy to see why it worked because you're creating small mismatches. Because you're creating size mismatches. You have 2 of the best rebounders in the NBA on the floor together, and Mitch can make up for Cat's deficiencies as a rim protector, so Cat can focus more on offense. Hart as 6th man helps too, because you don't have to have too many minutes of Hart and Mitch on the floor together and the spacing limitations that would cause. Plus, Hart has experience as a sixth man and volunteered because he's unselfish. I'm not going to lie, I've watched a lot of Knicks games this year, and I'm kind of starting to be out on Josh Hart. But I do agree that him coming off of the bench is the best move. I like Cat at the 4 and Mitch at the 5. I just think that's going to end up having to be the way that you go more often than not, and then you just have Cat play the 5 whenever Mitchell is off of the floor. I was really hoping that Yabu would be really, really good for the Knicks, but he's been fucking awful. Seems like he's gained some weight. He was already a very thick guy, but he is definitely not in playing shape right now. Not hitting his threes almost at all. Just kind of a shit show with him, and that's rather disappointing. But yeah, I do think that is the ultimate, most well-rounded lineup. Mitchell Robinson has his offensive limitations, but honestly, he's such a good defender, such a good rebounder, such a good offensive rebounder, so he also brings that facet to the game offensively. Yeah, oh my goodness. He is averaging 5.5 offensive rebounds per game in 16 and a half minutes. What the fucking fuck? I know I think he had like 10 offensive rebounds the other day, so that might be inflating these stats a bit, but good God. He's averaging 12 offensive rebounds per 36 right now. That's not going to hold up. That's definitely just an outlier. He's only played 4 games, but yeah, I agree 100%. That is the best lineup for the Knicks. Thank you so much for watching this video, and goodbye.